This video is brought to you by Ugreen. The holiday season is right around the corner, so I figured it's a great time to share with you some of my favorite Mac accessories that I've been enjoying throughout 2022. I have a decent selection of peripherals, valuable items you can accidentally lose, and some desk setup goodies that I'm sure you'll appreciate. All the links will be in the description below, so let's not waste any time and start with some of the desk accessories that I just mentioned. The first one is from a favorite German company of mine called Balolo. Balolo specializes in desk setups, focusing on their excellent setup cockpit mounting system. I covered more of it in my iPad desk setup video, which I'll link at the end of this one. This time, I want to show you their laptop dock, which I use daily in my home studio. It is a great space-saving solution to store the laptop while it is plugged into a monitor. Precision CNC machined. This accessory is made with no compromises to the point where it features glued-in strips of genuine wool felt to cushion the laptop. It can be placed on both sides of their setup cockpit, but even if you grab the item alone, you should be totally fine mounting it directly on your tabletop. The black satin finish and build quality are incredible. If you're looking for a standalone laptop stand, the Vaydeer vertical stand is a great option too. I purchased this one a long time ago and I've used it on and off in various setups. What's unique about this stand is that it's a 3-in-1 stand where you can place additional items besides just the laptop. In my previous setup, I kept my MacBook Pro nested vertically below the monitor, and I had my iPad Pro placed beside it as a second display. You can also use it to prop your phone or just for the laptop. It comes in a black and silver finish. Now let's talk keyboards. I have 3 that I keep moving around my setups, and I honestly can't decide which one I love most. The newest addition is the NuPhy Air 75 wireless mechanical keyboard, which I've been eyeballing for a long time. It's a 75% ultra slim wireless keyboard with Gateron low profile hot swappable switches. It's Mac and Windows compatible, RGB side lit, and can connect via a 2.4G and Bluetooth 5.0 with up to 4 devices. It features an aluminum frame and magnetic feet, which NuPhy calls air feet. It is delightful to type on, and if you come from a laptop keyboard, this mechanical keyboard will be a seamless transition. What makes it unique is the aesthetics and overall vibe. In person, I can see the time spent perfecting the little details like the semi-translucent bottom case and metal backplate. The keycaps are fantastic despite being a solid color, and get this, you can purchase an additional NuFolio that can be used for easy travel or as a stand for your tablet or phone, for example. You also have the option to get extra Coast keycaps for $19. By the way, if you end up enjoying this video, subscribe because it's free. Plus, why not? My next favorite keyboard is the only one in this list that can be used for self-defense. It's the Keychron Q1, which I adore for the arrow keys slight separation, and my absolute favorite addition of a tactile rotary control knob. When plugged into the Mac out of the box, it can be used to control the volume and even remapped to serve other purposes. It is not cheap plastic, it is tactile, and it is also a button. The keyboard body combined with the double gasket design and pre-looped switches results in a sound and experience that usually costs a lot more, and more often than not is reserved for the PC world and not the Mac. I have a dedicated review on it if you're interested. My next most used keyboard is the Apple Magic Keyboard. Now there's nothing special about it at a glance, but I find it very handy because of the inclusion of Touch ID. This additional feature saves me a ton of time because I don't have to type in my credentials when I pay online or most often access my passwords. Unlike most wireless mechanical keyboards, the Apple keyboard lasts over a month on a single charge. It's unpretentious and it will last forever. Now let's talk power. This is the Ugreen 100-watt GAN charging station, which is the ultimate desk setup power delivery accessory for me. It outputs 100 watts to charge any device from laptops, tablets, TVs, and even electric kettles via the included 3 USB-C ports, 1 USB-A, and 3 AC outlets. While the 100-watt is available for single device charging sessions, this Ugreen charger is smart enough to know when to share the power across the plugged-in devices while protecting them from overvoltage, overcurrent, and short circuits. It's made from aluminum, boasting premium looks and being able to complement any desk setup needs. It can charge a 14-inch MacBook Pro from 0 to over 50% in 30 minutes. The long 6-foot cord is perfect for managing and routing your desk setup power needs, especially when we talk about sit-stand desks. If you want to reduce the number of chargers around your desk, check out the first link in the description below to grab the Ugreen 100-watt GAN charging station. While on the topic of chargers and cables, the next one I call the invisible must. It's invisible because it's always hard to find when you need it. This little Anker USB-A to USB-C adapter is like the missing quarter for the vending machine. One is not enough, and if you have plenty, you'll always find a use for all of them. I just placed an order for a few more recently because the last one went on the back of the studio display to run my Keychron Q1 keyboard. Now, since all new MacBook Pros come with SD card readers nowadays, you might be interested in this little micro SD card adapter for expanding your storage. This is yet another tiny accessory that you can quickly lose unless you put it permanently in its place. Now, I can no longer take advantage of this since I use the SD card slot a lot this time, but I remember that before 2015 I used to use such an adapter all the time. This is an excellent accessory if you have a smaller MacBook Pro storage and you want to add an additional terabyte or two thanks to this inexpensive flush adapter. Let's talk mice. Of all the mice I'm about to share, the first one is my least favorite, yet the one I always love to use. The Logitech MX Master 3S is a perfectly crafted customizable beast that I place last on my list of favorite mice because of the lower DPI sensor. It's an expensive mouse with a much improved sensor over the previous generation, but I keep thinking that it could have been on the level of some of Logitech's cheaper gaming mice, where you have a much more smooth experience. Nevertheless, I love the whisper quiet buttons on this newer model, and I don't mind the weight. I love the versatility of this mouse and the ability to create all sorts of preset, macros, and app-specific triggers. Number 2 on my list is a gift from a friend of mine, and it's the Glorious Mouse O gaming mouse. Now, full disclaimer, I use this excellent gaming mouse for Mac productivity. It's the lightest mouse I own, coming in at just 69 grams, and its shape is just molded by my hand. I absolutely love using it. I have the RGB turned off because I want to use the maximum battery capacity around 70 hours. Also, I want to grab its G-Skates feet and stick them to the MX Master because they're fantastic. My only disappointment with this mouse is that it's not Mac oriented. There's no software that I can use to customize the buttons, which is something I can live with, but the other problem is that sometimes the mouse starts acting weird when I pull up my video editing software and starts lagging. No idea why. Considering all the pros and cons of the previous input devices, comes in the Logitech G305, the cheapest mouse of all the listed. I featured this mouse in my recent budget desk setup video, which I'll link below, and for a good reason. The G305 is a gaming mouse with a single AA battery lasting 250 hours. Sure, it's not as lightweight as the Glorious mouse, but at 99 grams, I have nothing to complain about. This mouse is buttery smooth to use and extremely precise. The DPI switch on the top allows me to switch precision modes on the fly, which is excellent when doing some graphic work and especially if you're working on multiple display setups. Unlike the Glorious mouse, I can use the Logitech G Hub to create macros to fit my needs, like the ability to scroll between my desktops. And by the way, it's not Bluetooth and it comes with a receiver that tucks neatly inside the top shell, ready to be taken anywhere. A great addition to the Mac and all setups is the Enough mousepad. This product is my own creation and I'm very proud at how it turned out. It's 40 by 80 centimeters in size, which makes it ideal for any desk setup and even when using it standalone with a Mac. It's not too tall that you have to tuck it under your monitor, and it's plenty big to even accommodate a triple input setup: keyboard, mouse, and trackpad. It's made from 100% post-consumer polyester, making it environmentally friendly, and unlike the wool felt pads, it's soft and gentle on the wrists. It's 4 mils thick and it stays firmly in place thanks to the anti-slip dots on the bottom. I'll put a link to it below as well. Now, you can't have a MacBook Pro and not have a decent backpack. This Air backpack is one of my favorites. It's part of the Work Backpacks line of Air, and at 17 liters, it's perfect for the largest of MacBooks. The suspended padded laptop compartment is the most secure place for the computer, while all the other compartments make it ideal for any needs: professional, students, and commuters. The YKK AquaGuard zippers and weather-resistant coating make it a safe choice when on the go. You can go smaller than the 17-liter size if you rock a smaller laptop like the 14-inch MacBook Pro. Last but not least is the Samsung M8 monitor. Despite being a monitor, I classify it as an accessory to the Mac because it's much more than just a monitor. For starters, to work with a Mac and specifically the MacBook Pro line, it needs to work in tandem, and it does. The M8 runs picture and provides 65 watts of power to the laptop via a single USB-C cable, making it a great companion. It is a 32-inch 4K monitor that features a VA panel. Now, if you're not certain what VA stands for, you can check out my monitor guide, which explains everything. I'll be sure to link it above and in the description below. This monitor is a great choice for students, average Joes, and professionals if it's adequately calibrated. It's as much of a monitor as it is a TV and a hub for your smart devices, since you can use it for streaming media, browsing, and even working on documents on its own. It comes with a remote control just like a TV, and in the package you also get a detachable webcam, which makes it the ultimate package. I have a dedicated review on the M8, so if you want to learn more, I'll be sure to link it at the end as well. If I have any complaints about the M8, it is the fact that it doesn't come with a stereo jack on the back, which makes connecting it to speakers a bit tricky. Overall though, it's an excellent recommendation on my side. If you enjoyed this video, check out my recently released everyday carry video, where I share some of my daily essentials. Like and subscribe to the channel as well as my newsletter, and as always, it's been an absolute pleasure. This is Z, over and out.